YouTube videos, I was requested to do a hair care routine video, basically explaining what I do to keep my hair in its condition and to how I got it to be its current length. So there are a number of things that I've done over the years to kind of assist in growing my hair out. When I was younger, I was addicted to cutting my hair. When I started to grow my hair, it was about jaw length. It was in a bob, and it was not very flattering. So when I started growing my hair out, I started investing in good shampoos, things that were going to help my hair stay healthy while I grew it out, especially because at the time I was blonde. So I think the first battle you're going to have to face, and it's a sacrifice, I know because I've been there, is do you want long hair or do you want blonde hair? Now if you don't want super long hair, I mean blonde hair is fine, you can highlight it or whatever, but just make sure that you keep it in good condition. Bleach really breaks down your hair. If you're only lifting your hair a couple levels, that's fine, but if you're going to be lifting your hair very light, like platinum, or as you know, very blonde, and your hair is not naturally blonde, you're going to face the same problems that I faced most likely, which is breakage. Now if you're trying to grow your hair, breakage is kind of counterproductive. So the first thing that I did when I was growing my hair was I went and I had it dyed dark, because that way I wouldn't have any roots to touch up. I wouldn't have to have that awkward grow out period, and I wouldn't have to cut off the lower part of my hair. So I didn't go my natural color. I went kind of a plummy dark brown, which actually looked pretty nice, but unfortunately the color that the girl used on me was a permanent color, which is my next point. If you're going to be coloring your hair, make sure that you get a semi-permanent or a demi-permanent. Don't get a permanent hair color. Permanent hair color not only looks very unnatural when it grows out because you have that very noticeable line down the center of your head, but it also damages your hair. Demi-permanents and semi-permanents close the hair cuticle, so they make your hair look shinier, they make your hair look healthier, and they also fade very naturally. They don't have that that awful regrowth that permanent hair color has. So on to my next point, products. If you're going to be growing your hair out, you want to invest in good shampoos and conditioners. The one that I used when I first started growing my hair out was by Biolage, and it was called Fort Therapy, and it was a fortifying conditioner and shampoo, I believe. I might be mistaken on that, but basically what it did was it conditioned my hair so that my hair was much softer and much, it wasn't healthier, but it was in better condition and it wasn't dry, so it didn't break very easily. Another thing that you'll want to invest in, especially if your hair is damaged, is a comb. Well, not really invest. These things are pretty cheap. This is by Goody. This is an ouchless comb. Don't brush your hair if you're trying to grow your hair out, because even though you won't think it's going to cause a lot of damage, when you're brushing your hair, it breaks off, and you're unaware of how much it breaks off. Which was a mistake I made at first. I was using a brush, and after the shower, which was like, that's like a huge faux pas in like growing your hair out. But get a comb, a wide tooth comb, and wait until your hair is mostly dry before you comb it out, because then your hair won't be like soft and it won't break off or snap off. Okay, so another product line that I used, I'm trying to rush through this because I've got some like pointers at the end that I'm going to go through, but another product line I used was by Joico, and this is the K-Pack Professional series. This is the 17-minute hair repair, and it comes with a chelating shampoo, deep penetrating reconstructor, split end mender, and liquid reconstructor. But this has got keratin in it, and it's got the same pH balance, I believe, that your hair is made of, so it puts those building blocks back into your hair and makes your hair more manageable. But it's an excellent treatment that you use every once in a while to kind of get your hair healthy again. I mean, there's no product that's going to make your hair, that's going to make it healthier or repair the damage. It's just going to make it more manageable and not as dry. My next topic of discussion is trimming. I know a lot of people think that you should get your hair cut every 6 weeks to get the dead ends cut off and half an inch cut off, but your hair only grows half an inch a month. So at that rate, your hair will take forever to get where you want it to go. Me personally, the way that I kind of combated having to cut my hair all the time was I limited my heat tools that I used on my hair, like straightening iron, blow dryer, etc. And I didn't bleach it. So I was trying to keep my hair healthy enough where I didn't have to cut it all that often. So I personally only get my hair cut every 6 months or so. Next is going to a stylist that you trust. When you go to a stylist, especially me, I find it extremely hard to find a stylist that I trust. They always want to lop off all my hair. I don't know what it is with stylists, but they never want me to have long hair, and I like long hair. Finding a stylist that will do what you want and not sabotage you is going to be a challenge. It took me a very long time, and to this day, if I go to a hairdresser that I haven't been seen for a long time, they will always try to lop off my hair. When I started getting my hair cut after I started growing it out, I would only get, I kid you not, like this much off the ends, like a quarter of an inch. And what I did, instead of having a lot taken off the ends, because that's where your hair looks long, is when you have long ends, is I would get layers put in my hair, because layers kind of blend in with your hair, so it doesn't make it look shorter if you have layers. It just cuts off dead areas of your hair, and that's an easy way to get your hair healthy sooner than having to cut all your, dead ends off. Your ends are the oldest part of your hair. When you get your hair trimmed, you're cutting off all the dead parts. So you've got, healthy hair above that. So those become your new ends. When you heat style them, or when you blow dry them, or just general, everyday brushing your hair and that kind of stuff, those ends get damaged. So essentially all you're doing is you're damaging the new ends, and you've just cut off the old ones. I know that some people are going to disagree with me. I guess I'm the exception to the rule, but that's what works for me. Okay, so now I have some stuff that I'm going to tell you guys about. I have it written down because I didn't want to forget anything, and I ramble so much, so I want to be able to get through it. But the first thing is, your hair has a terminal length. So every hair follicle in your head has a predetermined length, just like your eyelashes or your eyebrows. There's a length which your hair will grow to, and it will fall out, and it will reproduce and regrow that hair. So not everyone will be able to achieve the same length of hair no matter how healthy it is. And don't beat yourself up about it and think that, why isn't my hair growing? Some people can't get their hair to grow past a certain length because that's the way their genetics are. Oh, when you're getting your hair cut, make sure that they do not use razors on your hair. I know that it looks really attractive. But when you get your hair razored, it splits, it only cuts the hair from one side, as opposed to scissors, which cut from both sides. So it damages the hair follicle, or the hair cuticle. It damages the hair cuticle, and it makes you prone to damage and split. When you're going to blow dry your hair, make sure, if you can, you let your hair dry about 80% before you dry it, and use a good heat protectant. Have used less heat on it, so you'll cause less damage. But in my case, my hair looks shinier and it feels softer because it's not all kind of fried feeling from having dried it out with a blow dryer. Also, fish oils. I'm a pescatarian, which means that I don't eat any meat. I just eat seafood. Fish has a ton of healthy properties in it. So if you don't like fish, I encourage you to go out and look for a Norwegian fish oil. Not only is fish oil good for your hair and your skin, but it also has a number of different effects on your body, including brain function. It helps with memory loss and vision. And they are essential fatty acids that you're supposed to have in your diet anyways, meaning that you can't produce them on your own. You have to consume them to get them, just like the fish have to consume the plankton to receive the